So today's entire lesson was centered around how important drawing the figure is. Drawing the figure shows you exactly what you need to solve. So in this question, let's see. In this question, oh, hold on, we're starting on the wrong one. All right. So in this question, we're doing from the homework. It's page 107, number 20, and it says, if the measure of angle CFD equals 12A plus 45, find A so that FC is perpendicular to FD. This is the symbol for perpendicular, okay? So we know the measure of angle CFD is this, and we need to make it so that way FC and FD is perpendicular. So the first piece of information that we receive is that the measure of angle CFD is equal to 12A plus 45. So we find CFD on the figure, this is really messy. CFD, then we label it is equal, then we label it with the information. So we do CFD equals 12A plus 45. And then when I'm setting up these equations, I like to just put a little check mark over the part that I already put in. So that way, as I read through the question, I know where I am at. So next, the question tells us that FC needs to be perpendicular to FD. So FC, right here, needs to be perpendicular to FD. Perpendicular lines are lines that intersect to form 90-degree angles. So this needs to add up to 90 degrees. So this whole thing needs to be 90 degrees. All right. So based off the figure, we can tell that we need to set up an equation where 12A plus 45 equals 90 degrees. You see how I got that information from the figure? Okay, great. This will allow us to solve for A, which is the goal of the question. So let's do that. Minus 45, minus 45. I get 12A equals 45. 12 divided by 12, A equals 3.75. Okay, that one was really easy. Excellent. Let's go to the next one. So this is number 21. So if the measure of angle AFB equals 8x minus 6, okay, and the measure of angle BFC equals 14x plus 8, find the value of x so that AFC is a right angle. Okay, first, what is the question asking us? It is giving us the measure of two angles right here, AFB and BFC. And then it is asking us to solve for x so that AFC is a right angle. All right. Do you see how many times you have to read over the question and make sure you're getting the right information and you know which part goes where? Okay, so I go up to the figure and I make AFC a right angle. So this is AFC. And I'm going to make it a right angle by putting the little box there. The little box tells us that that equals 90 degrees. Next, the question tells me that the measure of angle AFB, so this is angle AFB, equals 8x minus 6. So I found AFB on the figure, and I labeled the information. So it's 8x minus 6 is AFB. Okay, great, we did that. We did AFC, making it a right angle. All right, we're doing well. Then the question tells me that the measure of angle BFC, so this is that's messy. BFC, okay, equals 14x plus 8. 14x plus 8. All right? So I put that in the figure. done over there. So based off of the figure, and this is why drawing the figure is so important. I know exactly what to do. I have to add angle AFB and BFC and set them equal to 90 in order to solve for x, because I know that AFC is 90 degrees. So this whole thing is what I'm trying to find. All right, so I do 14x. Ooh, that's messy. 14x plus 6 plus 8x minus 6 equals 90 degrees. So, oh, this is supposed to be an 8. Okay. All right, so I combine my like terms. And I get 22x plus 2 equals 90. X equals 4. Okay, so we found the value of x that makes AFC a right angle, and it's x equals 4. Great. Let's do another problem. So this is from page 107, it's number 22. If the measure of angle BFA equals 3r plus 12, and the measure of angle DFE equals negative 8r plus 210, find the measure of angle AFE. All right, so we are given the measure of angle BFA. I go to the figure, BFA is 3r plus 12. Okay. Now they give us the measure of angle DFE. So DFE, go to the figure, and that is negative 8r plus 210. And the angle that I'm supposed to find is AFE. All right, well, let's see. Look at our given info. We know that two intersecting lines form vertical angles. They form two sets of congruent angles. What does this look like up here? This looks like a set of vertical angles, right? Okay, so given what we know about vertical angles, we can say that these two angles are congruent. So if we know that they're congruent, we know that they have the same exact angle measure. Therefore, we can set them equal to each other in order to find what R equals. And then we're one step closer to finding AFE. So I'm going to solve. I'm going to get so R is 18. I'm not done because this angle is not just R, it's 3R plus 12. And this angle is not just R, it's negative 8R plus 210. And I need to find the measure of this angle right here in order to finish solving the problem. So let's plug R into this angle and see what we get. Okay, so I plug 18 in for R, and I get 66 degrees. Okay, so AFE and BFA form a linear pair, right? Because they're on a straight line, and it's two angles. That's a linear pair. We know that linear pairs equal 180 degrees. So if we know that, we always subtract from 180 to find the measure of the supplement, to find the measure of this angle right here. And 180 minus 66 is 114. So the measure of angle AFE is 114 degrees. Okay, let's do one more problem from homework. And we're going to try to draw a figure from the given information now. So on page 106, number 17, the measure of the supplement of an angle is 60 less than 3 times the measure of the complement of the angle. Find the measure of the angle. So in this problem, first we need to draw the figure, then we need to set up an equation. So the question is asking us to find the measure of the angle, this angle right here, the angle. What angle? Let's call that angle X because I don't know anything about that angle. And we always want to name the angle that we know the littlest about, X. So the measure of the supplement of an angle, we know the equation for the supplement of an angle is 180 minus X, so let's put that. And we have 180 minus X. This right here, 180 minus X, equals let's go back to the question. 3 times the measure of the complement of the angle. Okay, so how do we know the measure of the complement of the angle? Well, if the equation to find the supplement of an angle is 180 minus X, and supplementary angles add up to 180, then the equation to find the complement of an angle must be 90x. Must be 90 minus X, as complementary angles add up to 90. So we know the measure of the complement of the angle, okay, we're good there. And the measure of the supplement of an angle, we got that, is 60 less than 3 times the measure of the complement. Okay, so here we are. Remember, if they say 60 less, we always put it at the end and then work backwards, right? So this is our equation. We have 180 degrees minus X equals 3 times 90 minus X minus 60. Okay, just so we're clear on where I got everything from. So this 180 minus X came from this part of the equation. Of the problem. 60 less than, this part came from here. 60 less than 3 times the measure, 3 times, is, this is the is, and this part here is the complement of the angle, right here. Complement of the angle. So this is how you need to be able to set up your equations, okay? You need to take the information from the problem and you need to piece it together in a way that you can solve it. So I'm going to go back to the original so that way it's a little neater, okay? So we have 180 minus X equals 3 times 90 minus X minus 60, okay? So we distribute the 3 to everything in the parentheses. 3 times 90 is 270 minus 3x minus 60 equals 180 minus x. So let's first combine the like terms over here. We get 270 minus 60 gives us 210 minus 3x equals 180 minus x. So let's take away 180, and we are left with negative x equals 30 minus 3x plus 3x plus 3x, and we get equals 30 divided by 2 divided by 2, x equals 15. Now remember, when we were setting up the equation originally, we named the angle that we knew the littlest about x. So we have found x. So that is the measure of the angle that they're talking about, and that's how we know that we're done. The answer is 15.